Hey folks, Matthew Lanigan here with BayWa. We're just going to give it a couple of minutes, see if people are still signing in, so another minute or two, and we'll be right back with you. Thanks. Hi folks, Matthew Lanigan here again with BayWa RE. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer here with BayWa. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to be with us here today, and our great partner SolarEdge. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. This will be recorded. It'll be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. If you haven't signed up, we'd love to see you sign up for that. All our past webinars are on there as well. This will also be shared during the monthly newsletter also. We will be taking questions. We'll do our best to answer them as we go. So if you can just put them into the bottom right corner, we'll help you out there. Continuing education is a big thing for BayWa internally, so we're happy to extend that to our customers externally. Just before we get started, I just want to make sure the chat box works. Can any of you out there just say hello to us to make sure everything's working? Great, thank you, Gordon. Okay, without further ado, we'd like to introduce our partners at SolarEdge Technologies. We have Dan Hoile, Regional Sales Manager, and Chiru, Sales Education Manager. Gentlemen?
Thanks so much, Matt. Appreciate you guys inviting us out to host this event today. For those that know me in the space, I used to work with BayWa, so Mr. Lanigan did pay me to say this. He's been the best boss I've had in my career, so I'll start with that. So today we are talking about commercial solutions from SolarEdge. 1 second here, I'm just going to queue up my screen. So yeah, today we're talking about commercial three-phase applications. We'll take the majority of the 60 minutes we're allotted to cover the main meat of the content. If time allows at the end, certainly we can address any open questions. We do have Chiru on our call today as well from the SolarEdge team. He is my smart guy in the room, so if there's some technical doozies that I cannot address, Chiru is available to field those questions. And if you guys want to use the chat box, please do, and we can maybe answer some questions real time, live on the fly. But if we don't get to them throughout the presentation, certainly we can try to allot some time at the end. So many of you likely have come to know SolarEdge as a residential inverter powerhouse globally. But today we are seeing more and more activity than ever before in three-phase commercial and industrial applications. In fact, we have shipped more three-phase product in September. We did ship more three-phase product in September alone than we did in all of 2021 combined. So certainly it's quite the active space for SolarEdge right now. And to think In 2021, 33% of Fortune 100 companies had SolarEdge on the roof. And since then, the world's largest warehouses, real estate owners, big box stores, fulfillment centers are all starting to standardize on SolarEdge. Why? Pick your stat. You can see them here on the board. With over 2.7 million systems monitored worldwide, our level of insight on performance down to the module level, our safety track record, and our focus on R&D and innovation explain why we are the #1 choice for three-phase projects. So we all know the supply chains have changed considerably in the past few years. SolarEdge is addressing this by building resilience in its manufacturing base and supply chains, starting by being in control of our own plants in Israel with the SE1 factory, where all new product introductions come through that plant, which you can see in this first slide here. So even before COVID hit and the major disruptions started to happen, our plan was to move manufacturing closer to our customers. Most recently, we have set up manufacturing in Mexico, and because of the IRA in the US, we are now even in consideration of US-based facilities. So all this to say is, no, we're not currently producing three-phase product out of North America, but it is on our roadmap, all in the name of, again, bringing manufacturing closer to your projects and addressing some of these long lead times that you folks are seeing out there in the market. So let's chat about, really at the high level here, the 4 major benefits that SolarEdge Commercial Solutions offer you and your projects. It really starts with performance and maximizing your energy yield. We all know if you can increase your yield, it can provide you some financial benefit on faster ROIs through the ability to do module power point tracking at the optimizer level. Second to performance benefits, increased power and production at site, is the ability to reduce your balance of system costs for your projects. On the back of SolarEdge's topology, we enable you to have more flexibility in designing your system, to have longer strings for reduced combiner boxes, conductors, and so forth. And simply by having the module level optimizers do performance benefits for shading and obstructions on a roof, you also have the benefit of being able to put more modules on a roof than perhaps you traditionally otherwise could have. In addition to the savings and the performance, of course, there is the advanced safety features of SolarEdge Solutions. It is really where we shine the most these days. SolarEdge has a history of going above and beyond the minimum safety standards in the market for PV safety, and really look to excel and exceed those minimum standards, understanding that you guys need reliable operating systems for the life of these projects, and depending on the roof that they're on, certainly the asset owners will take this very seriously. And then, of course, on the operation side, lower O&M costs as well. Certainly there are lots of benefits to being able to see your DC performance down to the module level from a fleet management and O&M perspective. So those really are the 4 major benefits of our commercial offering. Today, with our solution, we are already providing a holistic safety suite starting at the module level. Our comprehensive safety features include our Safe DC trademark, the latest in rapid shutdown requirements, arc fault detection and interruption, thermal sensing, and module level monitoring. We also meet the engineering requirements of FM Global, a leading global property insurance company. But that's really not all. We've gone even further to ensure we not only meet minimum safety requirements, but that we exceed them as well. And you'll learn more about those features as we talk about the 3-phase products. So when it comes to the commercial offering, or commercial solutions, there are many reasons why we are winning out there on projects today. Again, I mentioned this before, it starts with performance. It really is physics at the end of the day. By being able to do MPPT down to the module level or optimizer level, you're able to harvest more energy out of your systems, and more energy, we know, means more revenue for your projects. In addition to those performance benefits that folks are seeing, Again, there is this safety suite of features available through SolarEdge's topology as well. Again, rapid shutdown, surge protection, thermal sensing, our safe DC technology. All of these features, again, go above and beyond when it comes to PV safety. And then there's the savings to be had by using and designing SolarEdge systems. Flexible design with longer strings, the ability to have strings of different lengths enables you to build larger systems. If you get onto a roof after initial preliminary designs and come to find out that you can't fit as many modules as you originally intended, the ability to do re-engineering on the fly becomes much simpler with SolarEdge. We've also introduced innovative pre-commissioning processes, again, in the name of getting your crews on-site and off-site as quickly as possible when bringing your systems online. In addition to those design and install savings, there are BOS savings, again, with the topology, the longer strings, meaning less home runs to the inverter, less combiner boxes, less copper or conductors that you're putting out in the field, and we all have seen the price increases there. So any savings on the BOS side are certainly welcome. And then the O&M side, again, as mentioned, the ability to remotely have visibility down to the module level means you can, again, remotely diagnose, troubleshoot, and potentially even resolve situations in the field and reduce your truck rolls for service and O&M. And in addition to that, free hosted data. You're not paying a subscription fee for access to your monitoring portal to see your insights. And then finally, our warranty, which out of the box is one of the best, if not the best, I've seen out there in the market. I put this slide in here because I do want to cover the transition of products for SolarEdge. Many of you, if you have already built SolarEdge projects in the past, are probably familiar with what we would consider now our older topology, our legacy product. And so the way you can look at this is splitting the screen into two, the left side and the right side. So with SolarEdge, there's really two types of solutions we offer in commercial projects. One is our standalone three-phase inverters, and second would be our integrated inverters, which we now call the Synergy Manager platform. So if we look at the left of the screen here, you can see that the older model three-phase inverters were at a different size, weight to them, and different feature sets that have been upgraded with the new offering. In addition to that, there's been a change in power classes. So we have removed the 9 kilowatt and 14.4 kilowatt 208 volt product from production, as well as the 20, 30, and 33 kW old version 480 volt product. The new offering right now, as it stands today for the standalone inverters on the 208 volt side, is the 17.3 kilowatt units. I have 10 kilowatts up there, but you won't likely find the spec sheet yet. It is pending. It's coming very, very soon. But in essence, we are replacing the 9 kW with the 10 kW 208 volt solution. And once that becomes available to market, then I'm sure BayWa will let it be known to start taking orders from you guys. And then on the 480 volt side, we are producing the 30 and 40 kilowatt class as well of standalone inverters. Is there, Chiru, any other notes you want to highlight when it comes to the grid connection? I know we have the Delta Y integration as well. I wasn't sure if you wanted to speak to that really quickly.
Sure, yeah. So, hey everyone, this is Chiru. We do now, with our new offerings, we do offer Delta connections with the grid. So that's one of our new features, and you can connect that to a Delta grid or a Y grid, respectively. Just one more thing to add here, it's a little different than the grid connection, Dan, but we also support aluminum cables now on the AC output side of the inverters.
Awesome, that's a great point, Chiru. Thank you for adding that note on the aluminum cables. So in addition, what you'll see between the old offering and the new offering is we have integrated DC and AC surge protection devices. So these are built-in and field replaceable in the new units. These were not available in the older model three-phase inverters. So that's the old and the new when it comes to the standalone units. As we move to the three-phase inverters with Synergy technology, some of you will be familiar with the 208 volt class. We used to have a 43.2 kilowatt rated inverter solution. Now it has shifted over to 50 kilowatts at 208 volt with the new Synergy platform. And then we also used to support a 66.6 kilowatt unit that has been taken out of production. And now the new focus is on our 80, 100, 110, and 120 kW units at 480 volt output. The common discourse might have you compare these as a 3-box solution versus a 4-box solution. But how it ultimately works is with the new platform, we have independent, what we call Synergy units. These are the boxes above the Synergy manager. And so ultimately it is a different set of hardware altogether than what you guys may have been used to with the older 3-box solution. Another feature of the new topology that is worth highlighting is an increase in the oversizing ratio. If you guys are doing east-west facing arrays or other complex orientations for your projects, our new 3-phase topology does support oversizing up to 175%. So that is worthy of note here. And if you guys have any more questions on the old versus the new, please feel free to put them out there and we'll help clarify that for you. So what you see here ultimately, again, is the new Synergy platform, giving you the confidence in knowing your site is connected properly before you leave the site. I mentioned the different power classes, the oversizing, which is a new feature of the new platform. I'm not sure it's really applicable for your projects, but there is PID rectification as a feature of the new platform as well, should that be something that you guys come up against with your projects in the field. On the topic of spending less time on site and lowering your costs of deployment, we have introduced a new innovative pre-commissioning process, effectively giving you the ability to validate system performance on the DC side before you connect to grid and commission your system. So it is a feature that, again, if you are running separate crews for the DC side and AC side of your installs, you can ensure that the pairing has been completed as it's supposed to, that the optimizers and modules are talking to the inverters, and that the system is validated before your DC crew leaves sites and your AC crew comes in to do final commissioning. On the safety side, I mentioned the thermal sensing. So we do have built into the new topology thermal sensors on the DC and AC terminal blocks, which will provide alerts through the monitoring platform should some type of thermal event be taking place of concern, which will safely shut down your system and enable you to respond accordingly. In addition to the thermal sensing, we do have, as I mentioned, the monitored and field replaceable surge protection devices built into our units now, which were not available on prior generations. And finally, on the ease of installation topic, the units are lighter, more modular. By virtue of being modular, there is built-in redundancy. If you have one Synergy unit go down, the whole set of 3 units don't go down. You still have 2 other operating Synergy units. And then the final note is on the change of SKUs for the different Synergy manager solutions. We do have a newer version, which we're calling on this screen a single DC input. But something to keep in mind is that the single DC input really is respective to the individual Synergy units. So you would be requiring a combiner box in the field external to the Synergy manager to combine for the 3 inputs that would go to the 3 respective Synergy units in this platform. We don't currently have a suggested combiner box for the Canadian market as of today. But this is something that Chiru is working on for us. He has found some solutions for our US counterparts. And I don't know, Chiru, if you want to speak to this at all, but certainly I think if there are folks out there looking at the combined input version of the Synergy manager and want to align with us on Canadian standards and requirements for combiner boxes, Chiru certainly would likely be interested to have that conversation Chiru, is there any other things I missed there on the input?
No, I think you covered most of it. To add to that DC combiner topic, I just wanted to add that the DC combiner we have for the US market right now is a 12-string input combiner with 3 DC outputs, as Dan mentioned, for the 3 DC inputs on the inverter for each Synergy unit. And yeah, if you have any more questions, I have a few drawings, which we can share with you guys. So please feel free to reach out to me on that topic, and I'm happy to share some more information. One other thing, Dan, I would like to add here is that our new Synergy line now comes with integrated fusing for each string. So installers can now use up to a number 10 gauge wire if you're having more than 3 strings on the units. So it's compliant with NEC, and we have 25 amp fusing for each string. And each of these units can take up to 4 strings.
Wonderful. Thank you for that input, Chiru, on the string fusing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I think that's about it.
Wonderful. Thanks, Chiru. So moving forward, I'd like to take some time now to talk a bit more about safety, which is certainly a hot topic. And one of the main reasons you're seeing more and more portfolios make the switch to SolarEdge. According to PVEL Heliovolta report, more than 70% of commercial and industrial projects inspected have serious connector issues. In fact, there has been reported by folks in the industry we talked to issues that continue to arise. You can certainly look at different press releases, hear different war stories from the field, and understand that there's a lot of risk associated with the connector issue that we've seen out there. And according to these reports, if the connector issue is not caught early enough, it will likely lead to catastrophic failures, which doesn't help anyone in the industry. So to address this issue, SolarEdge has launched a new DC optimizer with patented and proprietary, what we call Sense Connect technology. This technology automatically detects and prevents potential electric arcs at the connector level, rather than just the string level. With the ability to detect abnormal changes in connector temperature, Sense Connect constantly monitors Power Optimizer's connectors, identifying improper connections and possible malfunctions from connector wear and tear, enabling it to stop power flow before an arc occurs. Once detected, voltage level at the array is lowered to safe levels with our Safe DC technology. And keep in mind, this is in addition to our industry-leading built-in AFCI technology. I did have a fancy video that I was going to show you, but couldn't cue up the sound on it. It is available online, so I do encourage folks, if you want a more nuanced and kind of marketing forward-facing presentation on the S-Series launch and Sense Connect technology, to check out the online resources available that speaks to it. So just to recap, the new S-Series DC optimizer monitors for abnormal temperature changes in the connectors. If an abnormal condition is detected, meaning that an imminent arc is possible, Safe DC is activated and the DC array voltage level will be kept at a safe voltage level. The location of the potential issue is reported via the monitoring platform so that it can be further investigated. What this means is early detection for potential issues, avoiding catastrophic events. Just some more info on the optimizers besides the safety features. The optimizer does support 2 modules with power levels up to 600 watts. So again, we are constantly trying to keep up with and get ahead of, if possible, the continuously increasing module power levels that you guys are seeing come from the module manufacturers. In addition, the optimizer comes with a 20 amp output current level, which supports even longer strings, leading, of course, to balance of system savings on the BOS side. Plus, they allow for continuous and granular data for asset management optimization. So really exciting new development from SolarEdge. I believe the production orders are starting to be taken from distribution. So if you guys have portfolios where this topology makes the most sense, perhaps you're using some of the more higher power class mods out there that require it, but certainly please do speak with BayWa about timelines, lead times, and starting to get your portfolios addressed with production orders. So I'm going to move forward now. Let's shift the gears a little. One of the common objections that we hear about MLPEs, that's module level power electronics, is there being a potential point of failure. I'm not sure if there are any reliability engineers in the room, but if there are, or you guys are power electronics dorks, like perhaps I am at times, you're probably familiar with the bathtub curve in manufacturing of power electronics, which is to say it's relatively understood that if a failure is to occur, it typically occurs in the first year of operation. That's why SolarEdge is offering what we call the AdvantEDGE program for 100 kilowatt plus size projects to further protect PV investments and give stakeholders greater peace of mind. So what is it? Ultimately, what it is an energy loss and labor compensation program for optimizer failures for a 2-year period. And the hook is it's free to enroll, so long as you enroll prior to commissioning your site. So if you have a project 100 kilowatt plus, no cost to you, you can get added to this program. And again, have the peace of mind that if there are optimizer failures within the first 2 years on a 6-month basis, so twice a year, we will monitor the system, aggregate the downed units, come up with you with the value of that energy and compensate for it, as well as provide you labor compensation for rolling the trucks to swap them out. If you want more details on the AdvantEDGE program, please do reach out separately from this call, and I'd be happy to go over some of the more nuanced details. So the other topic I wanted to discuss today with you folks is the resources and tools that SolarEdge makes available to its contractor partners. A quick search online and you guys can see there's content to keep you busy for weeks, if not months, from SolarEdge. One of the ones that I do want to highlight is through Edge Academy is our C&I certification training. It is intended for technical installers. The course is 3 hours and I think roughly 45 minutes or so, and covers all of the know before you go content that's been curated to ensure that the user experience for installers is seamless from design, install, commissioning, all the way through to O&M. And in addition to that, with the monitoring portal account that you guys likely have already with SolarEdge, with that user sign-in, not only do you get access to Edge Academy and all of the training resources we have available to our partners, you also get access to SolarEdge Designer. And this is a very powerful tool, again, that I wanted to bring up today, namely because it's free. At no cost to you, you can use our web-based design and sales tool to both help you acquire projects, sell and close projects, do preliminary and detailed designs, but also to make your install planning and deployment and commissioning a much more seamless process, meaning you have the ability to do a system design and export that data from our designer tool to the SolarEdge monitoring platform. So that process, again, makes it much more of a seamless user experience from preliminary design all the way through to installation, commissioning, and O&M. There's a whole other suite of features available through Designer. I encourage you folks to sign in, flip through it, run some preliminary designs yourself. If folks are looking for more detailed training on the Designer platform, I do know we have some online content available, but certainly if you guys want to reach out to me as well, happy to walk you through some of those user experiences with the design tool as well. In addition to the designer tool, Edge Academy, we have, of course, again, many more resources available to you in our database. providing very valuable content that, again, has been curated to speak to the different audiences that you guys are engaged with, whether it be asset owners, financiers, whether it be, for subcontractors, et cetera. There is quite an extensive database of resources available to you from SolarEdge, again, to help you plan for, design, install, market, sell, close, and commission projects with SolarEdge. We also have a database of case studies. You can share these case studies of successful projects when you're deploying SolarEdge. You can hear some of the anecdotes from the field on what types of applications we're winning in and some of the unique messaging around those specific projects. And certainly if there are portfolios or projects of that hold a unique story behind them, certainly you can reach out to me and we can talk about the merits of perhaps looking at some of your projects as case studies. Certainly I think we don't have enough in Canada that have been published, or at least it's been some time since we have, so please do reach out if you have opportunities there. And certainly we're also open to co-marketing initiatives, so if there are press releases, activities, or social media activities that we can engage in together in partnership, we are open to those conversations, and I'd be happy to introduce folks to some of our team in the marketing side as well. So as we wrap up kind of the meat of the presentation, the best of both worlds architecture, the key takeaways that I would like to highlight for you folks, again, comes down to some of the major benefits that we talked about at the beginning. Number one, with module level power electronics with DC optimizers from SolarEdge, you truly are getting the most bang for your buck yield from your systems. MPPT at the module level consistently sees folks gain anywhere from, we've seen 5 to 10% more power from their systems, whether it's snow accumulations, shade, dust, debris, any number of environmental or external considerations that could limit traditional string inverter topologies and designs. SolarEdge has an answer for that and enables your asset owners to really get the most energy yield out of their systems. And then in addition to that, again, the design flexibility for reduced balance of system costs and the ability to build larger systems and maximize roof space out there that you guys are building onto. I've spoke about it at length, but certainly the safety features with SolarEdge are leading in a world where larger and larger systems are being put onto higher and higher value assets, and asset owners, certainly, and insurance companies want to see that everything is being done to ensure that the highest standards for safety are being considered for projects, and SolarEdge leads in this category. And finally, just with our topology, enabling you guys to go out there and build simpler projects, have simpler installations, get your crews on and off site as quickly as possible, and make sure that the commissioning experience is as seamless as possible as well. And that ultimately wraps up the content that I had for today on the three-phase offering from SolarEdge. I will come on camera now, and if folks want to have a more open dialogue and conversation with any questions you guys have, happy to address those. And if not, I'm going to have a virtual beer with Lanny and take the.
I don't see any at the moment. So folks, if you do have any questions out there, this is a great opportunity with having SolarEdge here with us at the moment. But if not, we're always happy to field questions on the BayWa side as well as offline with SolarEdge as well. Okay.
Canadians haven't gone into hibernation this early yet, have they?
Okay, so we're just focusing on commercial today, Dan, no residential, correct? Okay, so thank you. Obviously, SolarEdge, fantastic partner of ours, really great product that we're definitely proud to be carrying. A couple of things before we go. If you haven't signed up for a web shop account, I would encourage you all to do that. That's where all our pricing is found these days. Our spec sheets, install manuals, you can see your current orders, past orders. It's really quite a powerful tool. We did record this webinar, so it will be put up on our YouTube channel by the end of the day, and it'll also come out in the newsletter here in about a week. If you do have follow-up questions, we have sales reps from coast to coast to coast, so please make sure you reach out. We will be at the RE Plus show in Toronto next week. So for those of you that'll be in the area, we'd love to see you stop in and say hello. We'll also have SolarEdge at our Edmonton Road show that's coming up here in about a month or so. So another great opportunity to meet them in the flesh. We do have a lot of stock on SolarEdge at the moment at our 4 warehouses across Canada. So yeah, just let us know if there's anything we can help with. But once again, thank you everybody for taking the time to be with us, and thank you SolarEdge. Really appreciate everything.
Thanks, Matt. Bye all.
Thank you, guys.